Kids, hi parents, how are you? It's time for story time with Gamon, and I'm Gamon. I'm Gamon Celia, and I have 8, almost 9 wonderful grandchildren, and I love to read stories to them. And tonight we're going to read this book, No Fighting, No Biting, by Elsie Holmelund Minark, and pictures are by Maurice Sendak. Now, if you look at this book, you notice something about this book. It's pretty old, isn't it? It is old, and it actually used to be a library book from the Frederick County, Maryland libraries. And you'll see on the back, this is how you used to check out library books. They had papers and they had stamps, and they would stamp when the book was due back. So if you took this book out of the library, the librarian had a stamp, and she would stamp it like right here. It says April 20th, 1985. And this was all from 84 to 85, around the time my daughter was born, a few years after my daughter was born. And so this book has been around for a very long time. So I thought it would be a nice book to read tonight. It's a little longer than we usually read, but I think you'll enjoy it. So let's get started with No Fighting and No Biting, and share this out. And if you're on with me live, let me check my stream on Facebook, because I can't see those comments on here. So I have to bring it up. Hold please while I get my one group on Facebook so I can see if you guys are commenting. I can say hello to you guys. Okay, hold on. Hold please, hold please, hold please. Get a drink, relax, get ready for story time. Hopefully you have your PJs on. Okay, there we go. Hi, Melanie. See, Melanie's watching. I didn't know Melanie was watching till I looked at that. Okay, so let's get started with No Fighting, No Biting. Do your parents ever say that to you? Stop fighting, stop biting. Yeah. This book is about. See all the pictures. They're all kind of old, aren't they? But it's still a good book. Chapter 1, Cousin Joan. Cousin Joan, I want to sit with you, said Rosa. I want to sit with you too, said Willie. Shh, said Cousin Joan. I want to read. Willie, you are squeezing me, said Rosa. I was here first. You are squeezing me too, said Willie. Be still, said Cousin Joan. Be still. I want to read, Rosa whispered. Willie, you are squeezing me. I was here first, Willie whispered. You are squeezing me, and you are squeezing Joan, and I was here too. Sounds like they're getting into a bit of a dispute. Joan said, I just cannot read with you two squeezing. Willie, you sit here, and Rosa, you sit here. Now be still. I want to read. Rosa whispered again. Willie, you did squeeze me, so I will pinch you. And she pinched. Ow! Who pinched me? Said Cousin Joan. Uh-oh. She pinched the wrong person. Oh, Joan, said Rosa, I wanted to pinch Willie, not you. And she squeezes too, said Willie. Do you know what you two are, said Cousin Joan. You are little alligators. Now be still, I want to read. Rosa whispered. Joan, shh, said Cousin Joan. But Joan said, Rosa, said Rosa. Now what? Asked Cousin Joan. Why are we little alligators? You are not really little alligators, said Cousin Joan, but you do things like little alligators. How? Asked Willie. You squeeze and you pinch, and I cannot read, said Cousin Joan. See, here's an alligator. Here's an alligator in my book. Willie said, but he is a big alligator, and he looks hungry. Yes, said Cousin Joan, and when he is hungry, even little alligator children are not safe. Not even little alligator children? Asked Rosa. Not even little alligator children, said Cousin Joan. Now I want to read. Cousin Joan, said Willie, tell us a story. Tell us about a big hungry alligator. Yes, said Rosa, and about alligator children. No, said Cousin Joan, I want to read now. But Joan, said Willie, you always tell such a nice story. Yes, Joan, you do, said Rosa. Do I really, said Joan. Oh, yes, said Rosa Willie. Well, said Joan, if you really think so and you really want a story, then maybe I can tell you one. About alligators, they said. Yes, about alligators, said Joan. About two little alligators called Lightfoot and Quickfoot. Lightfoot and Quickfoot. Look, there's their pictures. Once there were two little alligators called Lightfoot and Quickfoot. One morning, Mrs. Alligator said, "Come along now, children. We are going fishing. I want you to hurry because I am very hungry." "Good," said Lightfoot. "I'm hungry too." And he bit Quickfoot's tail. Oh no, see him biting his tail over here? Where is it? Over here. "Ow," said Quickfoot, and he bit Lightfoot's tail. "Come, come, children, no fighting," said Mrs. Alligator. "No fighting and no biting. Come along now and hurry. Hurry!" They all went to the alligator path. Soon they came to a big log. Mrs. Alligator climbed over the log, and she did it very nicely, too. But Lightfoot and Quickfoot did not do so well. Lightfoot climbed up a little way, and then he fell down on top of Quickfoot. So Quickfoot bit him. Then Quickfoot climbed up in a little way, but he fell down on top of Lightfoot. So Lightfoot bit him. Then, of course, they were fighting again. Now, who should be coming along but a big, hungry alligator? And when big alligators are hungry, even little alligator children are not safe. Lightfoot and Quickfoot saw him and they stopped fighting. Look at that big, big alligator. "Well," said the big hungry alligator, "well, well, two nice little fat alligators. Too fat to climb over the log." "We are not too fat," said Lightfoot and Quickfoot. "The log is too big." "So the log is too big, is it?" said the big hungry alligator. "I will help you over the log." "How?" asked Lightfoot and Quickfoot. "Well," said the big hungry alligator, "I can't put you on my back because if I do, you will fall off. But if I open my mouth, you two can get in and then we can all go over the log." What do you think they should do? You think they should go in his mouth? What do you think? He opened his mouth wide and Lightfoot and Quickfoot looked in. "You go first," said Lightfoot. "No, you go first." And Quickfoot, and he pushed Lightfoot. Just then Mrs. Alligator called, "Children, if you can't hurry, I'll give you one you-know-what." That made Lightfoot and Quickfoot hurry. They forgot all about the big alligator. They've got to get to their mommy. They climbed over the log quickly, all by themselves, and they hurried along till they came to Mrs. Alligator. Now all three went along very nicely, Mrs. Alligator, Lightfoot, and Quickfoot. They went along the alligator path till they came near the water. Then Lightfoot and Quickfoot saw some eggs. "Look at the eggs," they said. "We want to eat them." "Very well, but hurry," said Mrs. Alligator. "I will go down along the path and I will be in the water fishing." Lightfoot said, "I count 3 eggs. I will eat 2. Do you see all those eggs? 1, 2, 3. And look who's back there, the big hungry alligator. Quickfoot said, "I count 3 eggs. I will eat 2. 2 are too many for you," said Lightfoot. He bit Quickfoot's tail. "No, 2 are too many for you," said Quickfoot, and he bit Lightfoot's tail. Then, of course, they were fighting again. Geez, you see why your parents get a little irritated? Now, who should be coming along the path but the big hungry alligator? Lightfoot and Quickfoot saw him, and they stopped fighting. "Well," said the big hungry alligator, "well, well, my 2 nice little friends, what are you doing here?" "Counting eggs," said Lightfoot and Quickfoot. "Counting," said the big hungry alligator. "You can't count." "Oh, yes, we can so count," said Lightfoot and Quickfoot. "If you can count," said the big hungry alligator, "maybe you will count my teeth. I have always wanted someone to count my teeth. I will open my mouth wide, then you two can get in and count all my teeth, all the way back at the back of my mouth." So the big hungry alligator opened his mouth wide as he could. Should they get in and count? Lightfoot and Quickfoot looked in. "Wow," said Lightfoot. "Look at all the teeth. And look at all the teeth in the back," said Quickfoot. "Go in and count them," said Lightfoot. "No," said Quickfoot. "You go in and count them." "No, I'm going fishing," said Lightfoot, and off he went. "I'm going too," said Quickfoot, and off he went. Stop, roared the big hungry alligator. But Lightfoot and Quickfoot were on the way down to the water. In the water they went, splash, splash. And right after them came the big hungry alligator, and in the water he went, splash. Now, what should he bump into but Mrs. Alligator? How do you do, she said. Looking for something? The big hungry alligator. He said again. Oh, said Mrs. Alligator. I think I have to go now, she said. She knows what he was looking for. Her babies. I should think so, she said, or I may have to bite you. Good day, ma'am, he said, and he hurried away as fast as he could go. Lightfoot said, he ran after us. Quickfoot said, he was not very nice, was he? He is hungry, said Mrs. Alligator, and you look just like fish to him. Do we, they said. Yes, she said. Another time, don't stop to fight and don't stop to talk. Do you hear me, you two? Yes, said Lightfoot and Quickfoot. All right, she said. Now fish. So they fished, and it was good that they did because they were getting very hungry. That's all, said Joan. Now I can read. But I want to know something, said Willie. Where did the big alligator go? Oh, said Joan, that's another story. On the way home. Tell us, said Rosie and Willie. Very well, said Joan. Here it is. The big alligator went fishing, but not near Mrs. Alligator. He had all the fish he wanted, and that made him very happy. Then he went back along the alligator path. Soon he came to the big log. What should he see there but Lightfoot and Quickfoot? Uh-oh. They were on the way home and wanted to climb over the log. They could not do it because they had eaten too many fish. The big alligator said, well, can't climb over this time, can you? I will help you. We can't talk to you, said Lightfoot and Quickfoot. We have to run now. Ho, ho, laughed the big alligator. Don't run. I will push the log away. So he pushed the log away. Bye now, he said. Be good. And off he went. Do you think he really left? Just then, Mrs. Alligator came along. Lightfoot said, the big alligator pushed the log away. Did he? Yes, said Quickfoot. And he said for us to be good. Are we good? Yes, of course, said Mrs. Alligator. Are we always good? Asked Lightfoot. Well, you are a good little alligator, said Mrs. Alligator. But when I say no fighting, no fighting. And when I say no biting, no biting. And when I say come along, come. Do you hear, you two? Yes, said Lightfoot and Quickfoot. Good, said Mrs. Alligator. Now come along. So they all went along the path. And that's the end of the story, said Joan. Ooh, said Rosa. What is it, said Joan. My tooth, said Rosa. When you talked about alligator teeth, I wriggled my tooth and it came out. Now I have lost it. Well, let's look for it, said Joan. Rosa and Willie and Cousin Joan looked for the tooth, but the tooth could not be found. Rosa began to cry. I wanted to put it under my pillow, Willie said. Have you ever lost a tooth? Rosa says the fairies take her tooth and put something under her pillow. Yes, they do, said Rosa. They know that my tooth came out, and if my tooth is not under my pillow, they will think I have forgotten them. Cousin Joan said, maybe they will know you have lost it. Anyhow, they always know that you have not forgotten them. How can they tell? Asked Rosa. They can tell just by looking at you, said Cousin Joan. Can they really? Said Rosa. But if there is no tooth, will they put something under my pillow? I think they will, said Joan. They may put something under your pillow that is just right for you. And look, there's the fairy over there. What could that be? Asked Rosa. It could be a little ring, said Joan. It could be a little ring with a blue forget-me-not on it. Would you like a little ring with a blue forget-me-not on it? I would love it, said Rosa. She had stopped crying. My friend teaches young 3s and older 2s. She needs that book. I know. Hi, Laurie. She had stopped crying, and now she was nearly laughing. Willie said, here's the tooth. I was sitting on it. Oh, I forgot to show you the picture. Hold, please. There's the picture. Sitting on it, said Cousin Joan. My. Yes, said Willie. Now let's all read. You can read and we can read. Rosa can sit with me. All right, said Rosa, and let's all be still, said Joan. Willie, said Rosa, you are squeezing me. You are squeezing me too, said Willie. Cousin Joan said, I may have to do something about you two. Willie, are you squeezing Rosa? Willie said no. Rosa, are you squeezing Willie? She asked. Rosa said no. Then no one is squeezing, said Joan. No one was squeezing. Or fighting, asked Joan. Oh, I forgot to show the picture. Sorry. Or fighting, asked Joan. No one was fighting. Or biting, maybe, she asked. No one was biting. Good, said Cousin Joan. That's just right. Let's read. And there they are, all reading, no fighting, no biting, no more alligators. Isn't that a great book? So next time you think you want to fight or bite or do anything like that with your brother or sister or friend, think again. And let's all be kind to each other so that we can have lots of fun and we can keep doing the things we love to do like they did because they love to read. So I hope you love this book, No Fighting, No Biting. See, even old books are still always great to read. Let's relax a little bit, hold up a finger with me, and let's smell the flower and blow out the candle. Smell the flower and blow out the candle. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Aria. I'm glad you loved it. Let's smell the flower and blow out the candle. Can you do one more with me? Smell the flower and blow out the candles. Don't we feel good and relaxed right now? Melanie, I'm glad you love that book. It's so interesting. I know. Sometimes there are just some books, and no matter how old they are, even books that I got back when Lauren was 2 and she's now 38, are great books. And I really enjoy it. And I love the alligator story. I really love the alligator story. So guys, thank you for hopping on with me. Thank you for listening to our story. You guys even listened to a long story tonight, not a shorter one. But I'm very proud of you. And I hope you have a wonderful evening or afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. I'll be back here at 7 o'clock tomorrow night for more story time. Lori, you're great too. I love you. And I wish you days filled with peace, love, and tons of laughter. And I'll see you tomorrow night. And Melanie, I wonder where I can find that book. My kids would really enjoy reading it. And it's an I Can Read book. Do you see that? I Can Read book. So take a snapshot of it. And you probably can still find it. I mean, she's still a popular author. And of course, Maurice Sendak, we all know how much we love him. He illustrated it. So hopefully you can still find it. Okay. Anyway, guys, have a great night. I'll be back here at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. We have a super duper parenting coach that I'm going to be interviewing. She's from Nigeria. There's a post in Pumped Up Parenting and on my personal page, and I'll repost tomorrow because I want to see who'll be there. It's on Wednesday at 11 a.m. because that's 6 p.m. in Nigeria. And we'll be going live together. And she's going to talk about breaking the cycle that you've lived generation after generation after generation, and how to really be intentional with your parenting so that those old habits that fed all those voices in your head don't stay there, and don't stay there for your kids. Have a great night, guys. Thanks for joining me.